This is 16-week-old Mabel. She arrived yesterday. We went to pick her up. And this is going to be her first formal handling session. Now everybody always says, oh, I can touch my dog everywhere. Until you can't. Or until you call us because there's a problem. That's why we start as soon as we can with this type of handling and restraint, so that when we do need to, it's not a problem. And it doesn't require us to do things like wrap our foreheads in saran wrap with peanut butter to get them to sit still while we trim their nails. Good girl. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hook the collar so we have a good hold on her, whatever collar you have. And we need to be able to touch the cheek meat. We need to be able to do it on both sides. Once we have that, we control where the sharp pointy thing can and can't go. Good girl. That's the first part, is getting them to be able to tolerate having their head touched right there. Good girl. Check the camera. Bring it up a little. Now if we're going to handle from the front, one hand can grip the collar and the cheek. It's not a pinch, it's just a hold. And I can move the head around. Good girl. Hand on the head. Good girl. Hand on the head. Cover the eyes. Good girl. Head, eyes, teeths. Good girl. Go down. Front legs bend up and out. And we pinch each toe. And we pinch in between each toe. Really a touch, not a hard pinch. Good girl. We're doing it from the side. Cheek meat. Good girl. You can bring her, scoop them into you if you're sitting next to them. Sometimes it makes it easier for the squiggly wiggly puppies. Head. Good. Head. Eyes. Good. Ooh. Back to the eyes. You're going to scoot off the table. So wherever there's feedback, good girl, you're sneaky. Or protest, we want to go back to that spot, wait it out. Head, eyes, teeth. Woohoo! We always build duration later. Front legs up and out. We're going to manipulate or pinch each toe and in between each toe. And then we put the foot down. Switch grips. If I'm on this side, front legs come up and out. Pinch, manipulate each toe. A little bit of protest there. She's trying to drop her head. If I have the cheek meat right, I can keep the sharp pointy things away from me. And I put the foot down. Good girl. The back legs, especially on the pups, we can do the toes while they're seated. Good girl. Or we can also position them into a standing position, which I prefer, and the back legs bend up and into the body. And we manipulate or pinch each toe, and we put the foot down. When we're doing it like this, we want to make sure we're using our arm so they don't move away from us and bend their legs out in ways that will cause discomfort. So we're doing this leg. If I capture her like this, she can't pull away and nothing gets tweaked. And she has double dukes on the back. That one needs clipped. The second double duke just has a stubble of a nail, but this nail does need clipped. So we'll do that in a moment. Good girl. And then when we say take a break, just put them down. Little walk around. Up, 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 go on. Oh, got a leaf. And we go right back to work. Back up on our surface. Good girl. Head. Good. Head, eyes. Good. Sometimes that giving up the protest is only a moment. You gotta wait for it. Teeths. She's got some big kid teeth and some little kid teeths. Good girl. Feet. Toes. You can say manipulate if pinch offends you. Good girl. Good girl. You don't want to grab for the foot. You want to go down the body so that we can make it happen. If you're grabbing for the foot, it gives the dog an opportunity to dance and pull away. Bring her up into the standing position. It also gives us a chance to feel the belly and the undercarriage. She is recently spayed. It's all healed up. You can see the little tattoo. You want to feel that scar tissue and check and make sure nothing's crazy. Back feet. Up and into the body. Toes. It's also good sometimes if you have a helper that knows this, or two people to handle. Good girl. I'm gonna take a break. Doesn't have to be very long, just a little mental break, something different. Get my clippers ahead of time. Then we go back up to the table. Good girl. So her front nails, I don't know if they've been recently clipped or she just wears them down, but they're good. Yes, you're a good sweetie. But we do need to clip those back dukes that have claws on them. Hopefully she'll hold still for me. Good girl. I can't see with your nose on there. There we go. Wahoo! One of the mistakes people do with their trimming of dogs' nails is they allow the dog to be loose. They go get the clippers and they come towards the dog with the clippers. If you're going to clip nails, get them ahead of time, put them in your pocket, have the dog on a leash. Things can't be avoided then. They don't have the opportunity. Just checking these ears. Good girl. Okay, little break. Now, this is going to be very helpful later in life if you start practicing the dog to be okay with it now. Lateral recumbency. Reach under. Reach under. And our arms are in place to hold them there until they settle. Good girl. Now her little, well, she thinks her new friend Beaver just came on out here. He's not so happy about her, are you? He just comes over to see what's going on. He likes to go for car rides. Good girl. So once again, over the neck, grab the outer front leg by the elbows, under, and just roll them there. And for the first time, all you want to do is just hold her there until there's a moment of calmness and calmly release her. Good girl. That's a vet tech hold. If you do that every day, eventually she will lay there and you will be able to do a full body examination from there. Some people will say, well, why do you need to do that? I don't need to do that. We're training for what we're going to need to do tomorrow, for when she does need to be physically examined. Now you can roll them the other way also, and hands on. It's not an alpha roll or anything. I just want to hold her there for a moment until she quits struggling. But you can see if we hold her this way, she's got the opportunity to push with, there you go. Push with her feet, flinging everything around. It's good to be able to practice both. Floop. If you get a hold right below the elbow, or above the elbow, on that front leg, and the back leg, and you can even just put your whole body over her. There we go. I don't know if you could see it, but I felt her go. That's all we want. Good girl. Good girl. She's squiggly and wiggly. It's not really protest. She's like, ooh, 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 you're touching me. Touch, touch, touch. Huh? Yeah. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good girl. Okay. That lesson is done. Go get her.